The first question is about the band you're here with tonight. So, how did you become a member of Flame Colors?
Well, it started as an idea, and our executive producer, Bill Evans, contacted me about. He'd worked with Kerry Lipgren and Neil Morse about doing some promotion and other stuff with them. So he had this idea to make a band that was prog writing with a vocalist that could make it more accessible to people outside the prog world. Sounded good to me, and especially with the idea of writing with Neil Morse and Kerry Lipgren. Neil and I got together and did some writing, and it was really, really good, really explosive. We had a lot of material, and unfortunately, Kerry couldn't be part of the process because he had a serious health problem come up. So we went on and planned to do the album after it was successful, that we were writing and had good chemistry. So he and Mike were naturally connected, and Dave and I were naturally connected, but we needed to get a vocalist, and we ended up, Mike's always has a lot of ideas about things, that a band is doing. That's why he's in so many bands. He's so good at coming up with the interesting ideas. But he suggested Casey because he was a strong singer. We actually listened to other vocalists and had all great vocalists to choose from. But personally, I really wanted somebody that was a great songwriter, because that was the part of the project that was the most important to me. It was coming up with something that was great and different than what we ordinarily do. And Casey really brought it that way, because he's from another generation, I know I look a lot younger than him, but he's 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 from a generation newer. So he had a different idea about our approach of things. So everything we came up with before him would work, but he would say, well, this part kind of bugs me. It feels like it's been time-stamped a certain time that I can't relate to. So whenever that would come up, we would change it and make him happy, and then suddenly he came up with all these cool melodies and vocals to go on top of it.
And about the department situation after John Lord passed away, how was...
We were in the studio recording this new album, and I was doing guitar overdubs, and Ian Pace came in and told me that John had just died, and I was like, wow, I thought he was getting treatment for the cancer and was recovering, but I guess he didn't want to tell everybody, and I had just sent him some overdubs to play on his album, and I'm glad I was able to be a part of that and do something with him. We always talked about going to Australia and doing a blues thing with he and I. We talked about a lot of stuff, and I never got a chance to do it. He was a wonderful guy, incredible musician, great composer, and his ears, he could hear everything I did and respond to it so well. That's why Perpendicular was such a good album, because he was there with the writing the whole time. Some of the other ones, he wasn't always there because of something that happened schedule-wise, I don't think.
So, and do you practice a lot?
Yes, every day.
You've got some, I don't know, practice routine or something that you can...
Oh yeah, lots. I do some alternate picking, and here's a good, it's called Air on a 6 string. This is a great for kind of exercise for things like this, where you're going back and forth, and I'm hitting down in the string, up on this string, changing regardless of whether it's convenient to do it. I never go like this, down, down. It's always whatever the next direction is what I go. Here's another good example. Playing one note per string, alternate picking. And then for warm-up, doing patterns, like if you don't have time to concentrate on it, or if you're talking to somebody, I might do a pattern like this, say when I'm talking, and I don't have to think about it. I'm just doing 3 notes per string, and just mechanical.
Keep on going.
It's not inspired. It's just simply to get whistles moving and get warmed up.
Okay. And talking about your guitar, I know about the Game Changer.
All right.
Can we talk about how it was, the creation and the project of it, and are you already using it?
I don't have it yet. They haven't been able to install it because I've got too many pickups at the moment. But
that would be my next question about your pickups and your combination.
I think I can get it with the 3 pickup, the Y2D guitar, and what it allows it's a switching matrix. Every coil goes to the switching matrix. Instead of 2 together, this is looked at as 2 different pickups, and they can go in different directions. They can go in different order. They can go so you can create different phasing. And I would have never known this, but if you put this coil and then this coil out of phase and this coil and this, then do the exact same thing, but just change the order of it, even the exact same position, it sounds different. I would have never thought that. But because of the Game Changer, I was able to try things that would have taken me years to solder and experiment with. And some things I would have never tried. Like I said, doing the same thing in different order. I would have never thought that it could sound different.
So you change a lot within your...
Yeah, the order of things in series.
You've got something, I don't know, there's... if I should do something in chicken picking, I will use the bridge pickup or something like that.
Oh yeah. And that's... I came up with 2 sounds that I'd never encountered before. One of them, I went to this position, I can't remember, it's on their website, one of the choices, but I flipped to it and it was all 4 coils, but they were in a certain order that made it to where I could play full volume and very clear, fat and clear, almost, you know that Hey Joe? It was something, it sounded like that, but just big and loud, not too distorted, and I could play it through a very high gain setting. Then another one sounded like I was playing through a wah-wah pedal with it halfway down, you know, like a lot of people do to get that real screechy sound. And it was just for the pickups.
And what about the flashback pedal from TC Electronics? I know you've worked on the tone prints.
I love it. I love it. That is one of the best products. I bet one of the biggest improvements in my life, because I had all these rack mount things that kept breaking, and all the pedals that I had were just not quite there. Memory Man was good, but the TC thing is better, especially the fact you can, in the back you can change to no dry signal if you want to use it, and you can change to true bypass if you use it in line. Those are wonderful features, and every pedal should have it.
And I have read on the web you use 2 of them. So what is that?
I use one for short and one for long, and I have the same program in both, and they let me put in the modulation and everything that I wanted. So it really sounds good. It sounds like a rack unit, and it just works. It sounds good, and it's so easy to use.
Okay. So my last question.
I love that pedal.